Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Michelle Fahnensteel, and I'm coming to you with our series this week on food wastes and food manufacturing waste, and what's the difference and how do we go about thinking about it. So these wastes that we're talking about are actually the wastes that come out of the lean process thinking. You've heard about it as Lean Six Sigma, which is a way of like the Six Sigma part is a measuring way of thinking about lean, and then the actual lean is the production methodology called lean, comes out of the regular manufacturing world. Most people have heard about it back in car manufacturing, and we're bringing it to food manufacturing because we need it. And so we're going to be talking about what does lean mean, how do we apply it, and the first thing that we're going to talk about is waste. And when we think of food waste, mostly we think about like the 40% of the food that gets thrown out. And no doubt that's food waste, and that's incredibly important. But I'm going to tell you that there are actually 8 different kinds of waste in manufacturing, in all manufacturing, not just food. And if you get a handle on those kinds of wastes, your actual food waste and your food waste cost is going to plummet. And the efficiency of your business is going to go up, and we're going to have more sustainable, more profitable local food businesses, which is like what we're all about here at Dirigo Food Safety. So anyway, so the first kind of waste I want to talk about is process waste. And the process waste is waste around how you actually do what you do. So here, when we get a new client, we ask 3 questions. What do you make? How do you make it? And where do you get your raw materials from? Okay, and that how do you make it question is incredibly important. And in food manufacturing, we address that by and large through process flow diagramming. We receive stuff, we store stuff, etc. You have processes all over your manufacturing company. You have HR processes, you have financial processes, you have invoicing processes, you have anything can be systematized and processed. And it doesn't have to be complicated, but it has to be done. I mean, we have process flow diagrams for the delivery of consulting services here. And it's incredibly important to do process flow diagramming because then you say, okay, how do we do it here? And if you can define that really, really well, you actually end up reducing the risk of your food production. Okay, you reduce your regulatory risk. If you're USDA regulated, you have to do process flow diagramming, and if you do it wrong, it can potentially be a recallable event because you wouldn't have done your hazard analysis correctly. Same thing over on the FDA side of the house, especially around fish and juice. In preventive controls, we still have to do process flow diagramming, and it allows us to create an understanding of what it is that we're making. All right, if you do third-party audits and they are HACCP-based third-party audits, then you have to have process flow diagrams, and the rest of your third-party audit would be a heck of a lot easier if you have more process flow diagrams rather than fewer. So that's like audit and regulatory waste. We also run the risk of not understanding our consumer waste, all right, and what our consumers are expecting and how they are expecting our product, and that can also lead to waste, all right. And then we lead to, we get waste in repeatability and scalability. Like if you can't do the same thing the same way every time you do it, you're constantly reinventing the wheel, and that's a more expensive process. So that's what we talk about when we talk about waste. And if you'd like to do a deeper dive with us, you know, we are bringing people together on a mindset platform where we do this deep work and we figure out how to create the business that you want to be in. We'd love to talk to you about it. DM us, find us on Facebook, find us on LinkedIn, or shoot us an email, info@DirigoFoodSafety.com. Thanks so much. I'm Dr. Fahnensteel from Dirigo Food Safety, and everybody have a great day.